So in this video I'm training an Icelandic horse I had in for training for colt starting, although she was 4, but teaching her how to be ridden. So this is pretty much the last session before she goes home, and as part of my program or training I always teach the horses basics from the ground, which is what I like to start the session with. And this horse was just really nice and amazing, so smart. So I hardly really used a halter. I mostly just had a rope around her neck. So here we're just practicing a little bit basics, If I stretch my hand forward, I want her to trot, see if she will follow me. If I stop, I want her to stop. And if I back up, I want her to back up. Basically just kind of introducing the communication where she learns how to follow my body language and my energy. Here I'm turning her front and moving the shoulders, and then I'm walking straight, changing hand. It's always important to do everything equally on both sides, stretching my hand forward again, seeing if she will trot a little bit. So I like to use my arm to kind of, if I stretch it forward, I want the horse to speed up. If I take my hand close to my body, I want to go slower, and here I'm looking at her hind legs to see if she can move her hind legs over, and then stop, and back up a little bit. So I usually like to back up close to the wall in the beginning, but here I was kind of trying to see if she would back up nice and straight also in the middle of the arena. And she's just sweet, very sweet, smart. And yeah, I really enjoyed working with her. So here I'm just gonna practice backing up. Her hind came a little bit in, so we're backing up a little bit. And I wasn't too happy with that, so I wanted to do it again. I wanted to have it a little bit more straight with a little bit more energy, and this was a lot better. And then she gets the treat. And here we're moving the hind legs again, so you can see I'm kind of looking down at the hind legs, seeing if she will move the hind legs a little bit. And here I'm looking towards her face, her shoulder, seeing if she can step over, moving the shoulder away from me. Very nice. Also with the tackless riding, it's important that they know how to move away from pressure, like moving their shoulders. And here I'm just launching a little bit, just to check that she will trot. And in the beginning she was a little bit difficult to trot, she would prefer to be a little bit chilled and walk. So I'm just, reminding her the vocal cue for trot, and seeing that she will trot nice and easily forward, and then move her hind legs a little bit and facing me. And then she gets the treat again. So I like to use treats. I think it really motivates the horse, and it makes them really interested in learning, and that they really want to try, I think that's very important, to have like good energy, have a horse that really wants to try to do the thing you ask, moving the hind legs again and then facing me. Really nice. So here we're at the mounting block, and I just like to give a little treat when she positions herself correctly at the mounting block, and then I can get on. And after I put my legs into the stirrup, I will also give a treat, to motivate her to stand still and wait. And I think I rode her with the halter maybe 2 times, and then I just took it off because I felt so safe with her, I felt like I had a really good connection with her, and then I just preferred to ride bridleless instead. So most of the time I just rode her like this. And I also think that riding bridleless can help the horse to move forward a little bit more. She was a little bit heavy, and in the beginning it was a little bit difficult, like I said, to get her to trot and move. So I think it's a bit easier when they're bridleless. And with just, I'm just training her for basics. It's just basic riding experience, so it's not really that technical. And I just really enjoy riding bridleless instead. And so as long as I feel really safe with the horse, when I'm starting horses, I will ride them bridleless. If I feel like they are, you know, like I can really trust them. So we're just starting off with walking circles, and I'm really trying to steer her with my body. But you know, she's not that experienced, so she just recently learned how to be ridden, so I have to use the rope a little bit and also my whip or my stick to kind of guide her a little bit more. So if I'm turning to the right, I'm trying to really use my left side, my left legs to kind of push her over a little bit, but I also have to use the stick to send some energy towards her neck to help her to move over. So I'm just starting walking, seeing if I can make some nice circles both ways. You know, just feeling out her vibe, seeing if she can walk straight down the long side and do the circles, turning when I ask her. You can see here we're just doing a little turn again in the corner. And she's just amazing, this horse, you know? Really sweet, smart, and you can tell that the owner has spent a lot of time with her because she is so trusting. She feels so safe with people, and it's very nice. I thought that maybe, you know, a red Icelandic mare, they have like a reputation, and also in my experience, red Icelandic horses or red draft type of horses can be a bit stubborn. I don't know why it is with these red horses, but you know, she was just not like that at all. She was just so willing to learn, and yeah, just amazing to work with. So here we just started to trot, and or close to trot, you know, she has a lot of different gaits, but at least she's moving faster. I feel like she's trotting a little bit, and we're just trying to do the circles. I'm letting her do bigger circles in the trot because she's quite unexperienced, and I just want to make it a little bit easy. And she thought it was a little bit difficult to make the turns in the trot, so I just let her make quite big circles, and here we're stopping. And I never had to use the reins to stop her. She would stop in the moment she heard my vocal cue for stop. And each time I stop, I give the horse a treat. So it really motivates them to stop, you know. And she was always listening for me, waiting to see what was next. A really funny horse, you know. Very sweet. And here we just change directions, checking how she will be on the left hand. And just walking a little bit. And she was not that well, she wasn't in that super good shape, so she got tired quite fast. So I made sure to walk, you know, we trotted a little bit, and then we walked a little bit, then we trotted a little bit. So I wanted her to keep the motivation to trot, you know. I didn't want her to feel too tired. So I made sure to kind of give her some rest by walking a little bit after we trotted. And here we're just trying to turn again. You can see I'm kind of guiding her a little bit with my left hand, using the stick in my right so I can add some pressure towards her neck if I need to. And yeah, she's very sweet. Trying to trot straight here, down the long side. And yeah, you can tell she's really, you know, focused, listening. You can tell by her ears, she's always listening to me and wondering what's next, what's going on, what are the next thing we're gonna do. And then here, I'm stopping again. So I just use my vocal cue and my body cue, and she will stop, you know. So good, so well. And then after we have trotted a little bit both ways, I was doing the canter, and I was only doing the canter with her down the long side, you know, and you can tell how good she's stopping. She's so amazing with this. But I was only doing the canter on the long sides, you know, because she would lose the canter if I tried to canter around the turns. So I think she just needs a little bit more practice. But the most important thing is that she experienced cantering and knows the cue for canter. And then I stop and give her the treat. So yeah, just an amazing horse.